Adventurer, welcome to Scratch Quest. Today we'll be learning about sequence and series, which comes under our random series part. So in today chapter sequence and series, we will be just decoding the formula of arithmetic sequence. So before proceeding, let's understand what really is sequence, what really is series, and what do I mean by arithmetic sequence. So first of all, what really is sequence and what really is series. Sequence means a group of a number that is increasing or decreasing. Group of number that is increasing or decreasing in increasing or decreasing in certain pattern. And sequence and series means the addition of sequence. If you want to know the basic, this is what sequence and series mean. To make you understand much easier, let's give you an example. 2, 4, 6, 8. This is a group of a number that is increasing, and it is increasing in certain pattern. Can you guess which pattern? Yes, it is increasing by the gap of 2. So in here you see the pattern where the number is increasing by 2. This is called sequence. And addition of the sequence, which is 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8, which gives us 20, is the series. I hope you understand what sequence is and series is. Then what is arithmetic sequence? As I have said, sequence means a pattern, and in math or in sequence and series there is a lot of pattern. There can be a pattern where it is increasing by 2 in a where the number has same amount of gap. Sometimes it is increasing by multiple of 3, multiple of 9. Now there is way to call now these patterns are called sequence, and these different type of sequence have different type of name given to you, and among them is arithmetic sequence. Now let's understand what is arithmetic sequence. Arithmetic sequence just means a pattern where number gap is equal. Yes, that is it. It is one of the simplest sequence and the easiest one to understand. So arithmetic sequence means sequence or a pattern of number that is increasing or decreasing in same amount of gap. Let's give you an example. Remember the 2, 4, 6, 8. Here you see the same gap of 2. So this number of increasing pattern is called arithmetic sequence. Simple as that. If it has the same amount of gap between the numbers, it is called arithmetic sequence. It can be increasing with a gap of 3, 4, 5, whatever. Just like 3, 6, 9, it is increasing with a gap of 3. This is called arithmetic sequence or arithmetic progression, where the gap between the number is same. Now, as we understand what really is sequence, what really is series, let's move on to understanding its formula. So there are different formula in sequence and series, and it is divided into the sequence and this pattern too. First of all, there is formula to find a number, to formula to find a series, and many more things. Before learning about formula, let's understand some term in sequence and series. Term like A, term like D, term like T1, term like A2, A3, A4. Now what do I mean by that? Let's go to example we have been doing. 2, 4, 6, 8. Here 2 is A. Why? Because A means a number, a first number of the group of number. First number of the series is called A. D just means the gap, or it is called difference. Gap meaning the gap between 2 and 4 is 2. Gap between 4 and 6 is 2. So gap is 2 here. And T1 or A2A1 is practically same. This is used to represent the number order. For example, 2, 4, 6, 8. Here you can either call it A1, A2, A3, A4. The number is increasing. There is 1 number, 2 number, 3 number, 4 number, or either you can call it T1, T2, T3, T4. It's your wish. I usually use A1 or A2 to understand the formula better. Now let's go to the formula. In here, this is a very simple number. In sequence and series, in arithmetic sequence, you will see different kind of number and different kind of pattern in here. In here you can simply decode that there is a gap of 2, but sometimes you cannot do that. To do that, you need the formula of difference, which is very simple. So how do you find out if it is, first of all, it is arithmetic sequence or not? Second of all, that is difference. In here 2, 4, 6, 8, we can label it as A1, A2, A3, A4, as we have said in previously. So to find the difference, what we need to do is subtract the bigger number or the new number with the smaller number or the old number or previous number, again whatever you see. Here in 2, 4, 6, 8, first of all, let's subtract. Can you multiply 2 with 0? No. So we have to subtract from A2. Here in 2 and 4, which is the bigger number? Obviously 4. And which is a smaller number? Obviously 2. So this is a formula of finding the difference, which is subtracting the bigger number with a smaller number, which comes down to A2 minus A1, or you can also, to prove if the gap between all of the number is also same, let's subtract with A3 minus A2, and D is equal to A4 minus A3. So here what we are simply doing is subtracting the bigger number with a smaller number, and again subtracting the bigger number with smaller number. This is a way of finding the difference, which is very simple, and I hope you understand. In here, all of them gives the same result, which is the gap of 2. That's why we can confidently say it has a gap of 2. Now this is a very simple formula. Basically, difference is new number or the bigger number minus smaller number, or basically A2 minus A1. This is a formula of finding the difference. Now we understand how to take the difference. Now let's understand how to find a number, which is our main topic of a video, which is finding the number n, or the unknown number, is equal to a plus n minus 1 multiplied by d. Now this video is all about understanding how this formula is formed, and let me give you a hint. This formula is basically formed from this. We break down the formula and we get this formula. So what do we mean by finding the n? For example, we have said 2, 4, 6, 8. Suppose the number 6 is not there and you have to find it. This unknown number is called n. Now you have to find the number n. So in 2, 4, 6, 8, you have to find the number n. How would you find it? Using this formula, you can easily find it. How? Let me show you. First of all, let's see the formula of finding the difference, which is A2 minus A1. Suppose you got the number A1, A2, A3 and A4. You don't know anything about this number. Now let's say you need to find the number A2. What you do is simply bring A2 to the other side and add A1 to A2, A to D. This is very simple as the subtract go to other part, it becomes addition and gives us the formula a1 plus add. Simply carry overing the a1. Now let's say you need to find a3. We know what is a2. Now let's find a3. To find a3, we simply do is use a2. Use the previous number to find the new number. This is the motto. To find the previous number, we must use to find the new number, you use the previous number and add it with d. This is the fundamental of finding out how this formula is found out. So new number is equal to previous number plus d. Now here a3 also means, in a3 a2 also means a1 plus d, this number. So plus d gives us a1 plus 2d. Now let's find a4 as we have found a3. a4 is equal to a3 plus d. a3 also means a1 plus 2d, which will give us a1 plus 3d. As we go from a5, a6, you will notice one pattern, that is basically saying a1 everywhere and add it with d, and d only the difference keeps increasing. a1 is there always. Now you will see how this connects to the formula. Now let's go to the formula a1 plus 2d. Now let's see the formula a1 plus n minus 1 multiply d. In a1 plus 2d, we knew we need to find the a3. So yes, I will show you clearly. In a3, the formula was basically a1 plus 2d. Here, how did it become 2d? Basically in 2d, here 2d, 2 is a previous number. The previous number is 2. Here we know clearly we don't know the value of a3, so we use that number 2. But in an or n, we don't know what number or order it is. So it is a1 is a1 as it is, and to find the previous number, what we do is the number we are finding out, or the order of the number finding out, might subtract 1. So for example, if the unknown number was 3, if you subtract by 1, it will give us 2, and what we do is multiply by d. So let's say the unknown number was 3, or the finding we don't know the value of 3. What we do is a3 is equal to a1 plus n is 3 minus 1 multiply d, which will give us 2d. So I hope you understand. So in here n minus 1 came because we need the previous number. So the fundamental we are talking about, like we need the previous number to know the new number. This is a fundamental. Now one thing you must not be noticing, there is 2n and the 2n have different value. So the n you are finding 2, 4, gap 8. In here this n means 6. Now I'll make you understand much more. So in example 2, 4, 6, 8, we don't know, or suppose we don't know the value of 6. This is called n. So when finding out the n, we are finding the number 6, and the formula a1 is basically 2 plus n in n minus 1. This n is not 6. Be very conscious of this. In here the n doesn't mean the same as a n 6 in this so what does it means? The n means, in here the n means the order of order of the number we are finding. So basically, as we have said, we can either call it a1, a2, a3 and a4. Here it is in order, the third, it's in 3 number. So this is the order, not the number, so it is called 3 minus 1. It is not saying to subtract the 6 minus 1, it is telling us to subtract the given order and basically multiply, and the difference is basically 2. So I hope you understand. In our question, most of question, we are told to find the value of the missing number, and we are told then the number, the n is the number, order of number is this, like 36, 34. It is telling us the order of number. It is telling us to subtract with 1, not the value. I hope you understand. So let me give you one more brief understanding of how this formula is formed. The finding of an unknown number is basically adding the first number as it is always there. A1, we put A1 as A1 is always there in our formula, as we have said. A1 is always there, so A1 is always there, so we put A1 plus n minus 1 because we need the previous number as our foundation, as it is a basic rule. We need the previous number and basically multiply by 7, multiply by the difference. To prove that, let's see the for example, let's say the unknown number was in third order, and we are set to find the third order number. So A1 plus n minus 1 multiplied by the difference, which will give us A1 plus the order it is in third. So A1 into A1, A2, A3 and A4. So we are in order 3. We don't know number 3. We are in order 3 minus 1 multiply 7, which will give us E1 plus 2 multiply D, which will give us E1 plus 2D, which is same as the formula we got when we needed A3, which was A1 plus 2D. So this formula is basically used when the number is fast and we need this number. For example, let's say we need 836 as we needed 3. We cannot go and write A4, A5, A6, A7, A8, A10 for a long time. We cannot do that. Let's say if it was A4, we can just simply say if A1 plus if A3 was A1 plus 2D, A4 would be A1 plus 2D plus D, which would be A1 plus 3D. This is easy, but in 36 we don't know what it really is. So that's why we use this formula to take out or find out the number or the missing number. Let's do the 2 for missing 6 and 8 to find the number 6 to prove this formula works. So let's find the number. Formula is A1, which is always there, plus n minus 1 to find the previous number, multiply by the difference to get the number. Now A1 is 2. The number, the order it is 1, 2, 3. It is in third order, minus 1. Multiply by difference is 2, and 2 plus 2 multiply 2. Both math should we multiply first. So 2 plus 4 is 6. Hence proved this formula works. I hope you understand. In our next video we'll be discussing about the series formula and other formulas too. I hope to decode the formula just like this, and this video is about decoding the formula of finding the number, and I hope you understand.